and honestly just got up from a nap because I've been exhausted. But other than that, I've just been kind of relaxing and enjoying the stillness and the peace and quiet.
Okay, she enjoying the peace and the quiet. Now
Yes.
listen, now Purity, you don't got to wait for me. Hey, look, you can cut in, you
Okay.
can interject, you can, hey, her and I we work together a lot, but we've never done an interview
Okay.
together before. But I knew she's a huge rugby person, so you can go ahead and just go because I'm comfortable.
Yeah. I think like what's your like favorite thing about rugby? Like I for me personally, like um it's always the social aspect, just being with my teammates, and like after a game, celebrating, having socials and stuff. Like that's like for me personally, like that's like the best part. But like I wanted to know like what your favorite part about rugby is.
I probably agree with you and say like the culture and the team aspect of it. Just like the people that I've been able to meet and be exposed to and be around on a daily basis aren't people who I would have been attracted to approach and or even think that I would get along with or have any um, common similarities with. So it kind of put me in a position to become really good friends with people all around the world, people that I never thought that I would mesh really well with. So like my teammates are like my sisters now and people who will probably be with me for the rest of my life. And they've allowed me to experience many different things from the cultures that they come from, the backgrounds they come from, the things that they know that they've been able to teach me, and vice versa. And I think just like the people of rugby in general, like you talk about the social aspect, there's no other sport that teams that were just competing against each other on a rugby field, tackling each other and getting gritty and dirty right after that are hanging out, having drinks, food, laughing, having a great time, and enjoying each other's company. And that's something that's still present right now, even in the professional realm. Is even after the tournaments, like all the teams hang out together from all around the world. So I think that's probably like my favorite thing about rugby.
Yeah, it's definitely a great culture. And like, like, and just on a personal story here from me, like, it's actually saved my life, in a way, like, because I started playing, uh, was it the fall of 2015, and I wasn't in a very good place at all, and um, I was at a Halloween party at a bar, and this girl comes up to me. She's like, "Hey, would you be interested in playing some rugby?" And it just kind of took off from there. So, and it really has saved my life. Because especially like me personally, like I have a major depressive disorder and anxiety. So, and it's definitely one of the things that has helped me manage it and get through those tough times. It's like I can just hang out or talk to one of my teammates, and yeah, like it gives me something to look forward to. And I mean, unfortunately, with everything going on right now, not able to physically be with them and play on the field, and so it's kind of been a little difficult lately. But yeah, I mean, that's what for me it is. Just it really has saved my life. And a lot of people I've talked to that play rugby, they feel the same way. It has saved their life,
Hmm.
literally. So yeah.
Yeah, people are very accepting. They're non-judgmental, and just the people in the sport in
Yeah.
general.
Hmm.
Anybody, any body size, any body type, any background or culture you're from, rugby
Yeah.
people will accept you no matter what.
Yeah. And for those of you watching, if you want to play rugby, like USA Club Rugby, like that's what I play through right now with my club. Like you don't have to have experience or anything. Like you can just join. I had no experience at all
Yeah.
when I first started, and
Same.
and I was able to learn and pick it up. So I mean, you don't have to have experience. Nobody's gonna judge you. Nobody's gonna criticize you on the field. I mean, you could have probably the crappiest game, but they won't look at that. Like if you make one good tackle, that's all they care about. So that's definitely so. Those of you who want to get into rugby, don't feel scared. Like we said, the cultural aspect, everybody's accepting no matter what kind of experience you have. So
Mhm.
yeah.
So speaking, Naya, of actually getting started in rugby, because again, my history with you, I would see you and your sister, and then a couple of the teammates. I would see y'all running like a 4x1 relay. So how did you get how did you get into rugby? Because I know I don't remember seeing any rugby teams around, and I know
Yeah,
all the track coaches were like, "Let's run." So
yeah.
how did you get into rugby? Because I'm still shaking my head trying to figure that out.
Yeah, so weirdly, they had it at my high school. So they had it at West Mecklenburg High School.
Yep.
I had a math coach, and he used to play it back in the day. And he brought it to the school, and a lot of the boys were playing it, and a couple of the girls were playing it. And I didn't really know exactly what it was, but I knew that it was a contact sport, and that's something that I was always interested in since I've been a child. I was like very aggressive and just always wanted to do something physical. So I wanted to try it, but my track coach, like you said, they're all about you need to be on the track and you need to be running. Like you
Coach
don't want you
Willoughby
to get
did.
injured. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, he didn't want me to get injured, so he's like, like no. And I was okay with it then because I didn't know what it was. I didn't feel like I was missing out on anything if I didn't try out. I didn't realize I'd be where I am right now. But then I got to college and decided I didn't want to run track. I just wanted to focus on academics and be able to enjoy the college life versus trying to be a varsity athlete and all the schedules and stuff that comes with that. So doing that, I randomly came across the rugby booth in the quad, and they were doing tryouts, even though everybody makes the team. But anyways, yeah, I went to try out, and then ever since then, I was stuck.
Dang. And
Yeah,
this
there's just something about rugby. Like, soon as you start on it, you're hooked.
the first
Yeah,
person I ever saw play rugby was Sports Princess. That's the first person I ever saw. And actually, cause I was like, okay, well, she invited me to this rugby tournament. What is this? I never knew anything about rugby. And then, after just watching, I'm like, oh, okay. you know, I can sit and watch this. And I did. I watched it for the entire day. And,
yeah,
I was just watching her play and then watching the teammates play. But it's something you can actually get hooked on. I couldn't see myself participating, but it is something that I would definitely want to watch, just because, man, more power to y'all.
a lot going on. Yeah.
I give it to you. Hey, so
Do you
this,
know?
go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, 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 you go ahead, man.
All right. So Naya, do you just do sevens or do you do 15s as well?
Both.
So in college, I started off with 15s.
Okay.
Um, at the elite athlete training center, it's only sevens just because sevens is the only version that goes to the Olympics, whereas 15s
Okay.
doesn't. So I did mostly 15s, but then when I was brought out to camps, it was strictly sevens. I did some 15s camps and went to the World Cup for 15s, but right now I'm strictly sevens.
Okay.
Now
All
you
right.
guys,
Mhm.
you
I
guys need to
I
explain.
love sevens. I mean, I love sevens because it's quick and
Yeah, it's fast.
it's only 7 minutes long. It's like
Now,
you just
Yeah.
now you guys need to explain what is sevens and what is 15 to us amateur fans that don't understand the sport. You got to explain that to us, now.
you're probably more of an expert at this.
Sevens versus 15s. 15s is a little more slower paced. The number is just the amount of people that is on the field for each team. So there's 15 people on each team. So 30 people on the field at the same time for 15s. More people on the field means there's just a lot less space. So the game's a little slower. You have to have a lot more strategy in order to find gaps to be able to break through the line and score a try. Um, and then sevens is a lot more fast paced. So you have 7 people on each side. 15s is 40-minute halves and a 10-minute break. So it's like a 90-minute
Okay.
session, and then sevens is 7 minute halves with a 2 minute break. So it's like a 16-minute session. It's a lot faster, a lot more space. A lot of the speedsters will usually go and play sevens because if you can run fast, it's a lot easier to break through the line to beat people one on one. It's a quicker, I think, more exciting game, but I think they're both really good in their own way
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Okay, now you got a couple of people in here that's got some questions, and then I'm gonna let Sports Princess get back in there because I know she got a lot of questions. Okay, in the chat, you got Reggie the Tree. He said, okay, well, Tay Tay and Rugby, Reggie the Tree, have you had any major injuries since you started playing?
So I have not, knock on wood.
Still my question.
No, I have not, thank God.
Dang
So
it, Reggie.
yeah, my 4 years playing professionally, my 4 years in college, I never got any major injury. So hopefully it continues that way.
Okay, and the next one's from Tay Tay Brown, and then we'll go back to you, Sports Princess. What are the rules with rugby? Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I want to know this too.
Yeah. So with passing, you can only pass backwards or lateral. You're not allowed to pass forwards like you can in football.
Yeah.
Tackling, you just have to make sure you wrap them and go to the ground versus football, like they kind of just run into each other, maybe just with their shoulder and don't wrap fully or go to the ground with them. Um,
Don't pull hair.
yeah, you can't. There's a lot of ways to get penalties. You're allowed to kick. You can kick backwards, forwards, whatever way.
Oh, I thought you said we can kick people. Dang.
No. You can kick the ball.
Oh,
What else? They
Oh,
have like a lot of
I
different
don't know if you
set
mentioned this,
pieces.
but
So like
tackle
you
below
can
the
start
shoulder.
off in a line out, you can start off in a kickoff, you can start off in a scrum, you can start.
okay. Now, hello.
Yep.
Hey, she still there?
Until now, like there's so
Oh,
many things that I probably don't know. Like, and my mom watches all my games, and she probably knows a lot more than me just from watching it. So get on YouTube, look up some rugby games, and just watch. And even there's like I'm sure like referee tutorials of the calls that they have and the specific rules of rugby. But the main thing that you always remember is you can only pass backwards,
wow.
which is like really hard for people to catch on to, which is weird. But yeah.
And when you get in the I guess, well, in football they call it the end zone, but we call it the try zone. When you get in now in football, when you get to the end zone, you just have to run in. But in rugby, when you get to that end zone, you got to touch the ball
Yeah.
onto the ground.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's another thing you got to remember: touch the ball to the ground as soon as you get in there.
Dang, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So okay, so that's what you were doing. Cause I'm sitting here watching your game. I'm sitting here watching your game, Sports Princess, and I'm like, but it looked like somebody ran into the end zone. So I'm thinking, hey, touchdown. That's a
Yeah.
touchdown. What the heck going on? But no, you didn't touch the ball on the ground. See, I'm learning something right now. I didn't even know that, and I've watched a lot of
I
rugby
didn't touch
since
the
Sports
ball on the
Princess.
ground.
Well, I didn't see. Well, see,
Oh,
it didn't count as a point. So I didn't see. When what I was looking at, I'm thinking y'all ran into the end zone. Okay, yeah, that's good. But no,
Yeah.
God,
And
now,
they don't call it a touchdown, they call it a try,
yeah.
which
Naya,
is
I don't know
weird.
if you know this.
mm,
My coach actually told me this, but way back in the day, like the reason they called it a try was like when they ran the ball into the try zone and touched the ball down, it didn't count for any points at that
Yeah.
time. It
You
was
just get
just
to
a okay. I didn't know that. I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, I learned that a little while back that you're scoring like when you touch it down, then you get to try to get points when you do the conversion kick.
Yeah.
Glad they changed that.
Yeah.
so now, your mom, and I want to talk about her because I'm gonna tell you the first time I met your mom, first time I met her, um, I was at a track meet, and I kid you not, and she came up to me because she was asking me about the shot put, and that was my expertise. And
Mm.
she was saying, yeah, my Naya just started throwing the shot put. And I'm like, wait, what do you mean she just started throwing it? And she threw the thing 37 feet. What do you mean she just started throwing it? She goes, yeah, I mean, she could stand and learn a few things, and then Coach Willoughby came over. You know how he talk. Oh yeah, 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 man, yeah, yeah, yeah. He was just kind of agreeing with everything. And you know what? We never, and I probably would have actually gotten to show you some stuff about that,
Mhm.
but our time schedules we could never get together because I was coaching about like 6 or 7 other athletes at the time. So, and I'm
Yeah,
like, and I was telling your mom, I said, she can be like an All American in that just alone. And well, she don't know what she doing. I said, but
I
gosh,
did not. I
I said
didn't.
she's strong. And you were just sitting there, you were just lobbing, and I'm like, man, I wish I can work with her. That's the first thing I said. I said, I wish I can work with that kid right there. So,
Yeah.
but you've come a long way because I saw her maybe a year and a half ago, and I think we went to check on Coach Willoughby because he was having some issues, and she didn't even mention that you had been doing rugby. Like we were talking just about hey, how's she doing, and oh yeah, she graduated from Chapel Hill, but she never mentioned rugby. I mean, never. We never even had a discussion about rugby. But how has your mom been integral in you so far in you reaching your goals in rugby?
She's my number one fan, basically. Like so with rugby, like surprisingly, well, not surprisingly, I guess many people don't expect women to play, especially parents. So a lot of the things that I experienced in college was watching my teammates' parents not want them to play and them either making the decision to play anyway and then sometimes losing connection with their family because of that, or hopefully their parents accepting them for whatever they choose. And all the games ever since in college. Always cheering me on, the same as she was in track. It wasn't really any different. Anything I ever did, she was always there supporting me. She watches all my games internationally on the streams and every now and then tries to make it out to them if she can. She hates flying. But yeah, she's always on the sideline there, always supporting me. Um, Rugby for me hasn't always been uphill. There have been times where things have been hard and I've had to make hard decisions. And she's been the person who I've been able to lean on during those times, even to this day. So yeah, she's pretty great.
Yeah, but I got to ask you though. And when I started really doing my research on you, and I don't know how you're gonna explain this, okay? I saw you in a game and you were tackling some girl, and I swear it looked like you was putting her in a rear naked choke. And I sat back and
Oh Lord.
I said, damn, she physical. Like, and almost because we do a lot of fight interviews around here. Like this is primarily this YouTube channel is based on like MMA and boxing. But I'm
Mhm.
sitting here looking at it. I said, that's a rear naked choke. Like, Naya, I mean, how do you explain that?
Well, I'd probably say I probably got a penalty after that because you're not allowed to high tackle in rugby. But for me, that was something that was very hard to understand, especially with how tall and big I was. A lot of the wings that I go against are a lot smaller than me, even in the professional side. So just learning to really get the technique down to where I don't jeopardize myself and my teammates was important. So whatever you saw, that was not supposed to happen.
My teammates, they made a joke. They said it's only illegal if you get caught.
If you get caught.
Only if you get caught. That's what they say. But I'm like, I don't know about that.
Okay, okay, okay. So sports prince over here, trying to give you some advice to, help you along with that. Go in there and rear
No,
naked choke these
I
people.
no.
I'm just playing. I'm throwing her under the bus for no reason, man. But that and I saw you in some other games, and I saw you in one game where, in football, it was a term they use a term called shadowing, and I saw you play in Brazil, and it appeared that the players they were shadowing you. Um, they were trying to get you. They were trying to like I saw like a group of like 4 or 5 girls. Soon as you got the ball, they immediately crowded around. We call it shadowing in football. Um,
Hmm.
what were your thoughts during that game? Because I'm just like, man, they're trying to get out of there.
First starting out when people don't really know who you are, the type of player you are, and what you're capable of, they don't really pay much attention to you. But once that changes, just like football teams, they do their scoutings and things like that. Rugby is the same exact way. So the way a team may play you one day will be completely different the next day because we study film, we watch how you play, we watch the players that are most impactful. Um, and I'd like to say I'm a big impact for my team. So with that, other teams know that and they do whatever they need to prevent that from being possible. So it's not really like a uncommon thing for me. I know there's certain players on my team that if we get the ball, other teams are fearful. So they do what they need to do to either prevent you from getting the ball or if you do get the ball, they have extra people there to help if they can't if they don't feel like they can take you one on one or one on two or three or four or however many
Your,
it takes to get a player down. But
your case is
yeah,
four.
it's normal. You get used to it. The aggressiveness of the sport, you have so much adrenaline, so it doesn't bother you too much.
Now, Sports Princess, I want to ask you, what attributes do you see in Naya that makes her such, the dynamic player that she is?
Well, she's really fast. Um, she you can definitely tell she loves the sport. She keeps up with it, and she definitely has a lot of strength playing. Um, yeah, it's pretty short and simple. I can tell how much she loves the game, and I can tell she constantly is working to get better at it because with any sport there's always room to grow and learn, and that's definitely something I see with her. She's always trying to you know learn more and get better with rugby especially.
It's a struggle, but I try.
Hey, so Naya, so is that an accurate assessment of you?
um, yeah, I would like to say that my speed from track and field, transferring that to rugby has definitely got me to where I'm at. But like she said, the mindset of so the speed got me here to California, but the mindset got me these next 4 years of still being here because speed wasn't going to be the only thing that allowed me to stay. When you get to the top, there's a lot of fast girls. You're not the only fast girl anymore. So you need to get really good in everything else. And that's been something that I've been struggling to do, but that I know is important and that I try to work on every day. Everybody doesn't have their good days, and that's okay. And just understanding that, being aware of that, and then still working towards that goal. So yeah, I would agree with her.
Now, Naya, I'm gonna tell you now. See, my rugby, and the reason why I watched the games, but I really wanted everybody because most of our audience, we're in the combat sport, so I'm actually learning. So I don't know, and I'm learning from Sports Princes. But I gotta ask you about this, and this is another how you gonna explain this. I saw you take a stiff arm, and I saw you stiff arm somebody, and you damn near dropped her,
That's
like you
legal.
was a prize fighter. Like I'm talking about, you were running, and then she came on, and you had this look on your face, and you were gritting on your mouthpiece, and you had this look like, okay, if you come near me, that's it, it's over. And then I just saw you go bam, and man, you dropped her like you was a fighter. I mean, how you gonna explain that blow? I mean,
Legal.
um,
come on, you got to explain
so
that.
So, like I said, everybody is fast up here on the professional side. So, I've gone up against girls who are faster than me. So, in that instance, I have to bring other aspects to my skills. So, stiff arm is a way to keep distance between me and my defender and hopefully allow me more time to get away from them or push them off balance to where my speed can then finish my plays. Um, it's just a way to gain more ground and try to get away easier if I can't get away from just speed on its own.
But tell the truth, those stiff arms, they feel good, don't they?
Honestly, I don't even realize that I'm doing them anymore. It's
Oh
kind of
man.
just natural. It's like a reflex.
So you mean you
The
do them like,
reflex.
so you do them instinctively. You can't even
Yeah.
get, oh, so you don't get pleasure out of them then. You just do it and you don't even know you did it.
I mean, you get the pleasure when you see the picture after. It's pretty nice.
Hmm.
But Naya, now, since we got on the topic of speed and you saying there's people faster than you, the games I
Absolutely.
watched you play, listen, I ain't seen nobody run you down from behind I ain't seen it yet. Now you're gonna have to point me in the direction of a game that I need to be watching. But is there anybody anybody in the sport that has ran you down from behind?
Let's see. Recently, we did a camp here with the Jamaican rugby team, and obviously, like if you know track and field for Jamaica, those girls are fast. So, skill wise, um, we were a lot better than them, but speed wise, like they had maybe 4 or 5 girls running as fast as me, and they had maybe one girl running faster than me. So I remember running to score a try, and she almost got me, and she probably started like 40 meters back. So I know like that's speed right there.
But
Like
she
she
didn't
can,
catch you though, did she?
no, but
Okay.
still, like I've had a couple girls run me down and get close, and obviously it comes down to how long was I playing, what was I doing before that, things like that. But me and some of the other fast girls from around the world, some of the other fast wings, we've talked about like setting up a race because you never can really truly know in a rugby game, but a straight race, one on one against whoever, no working out before, just a straight track race. Like we'd want to do that to actually see who's the fastest girl in rugby because you can't really tell during the games.
So basically, you want to bring them into your other world, and clearly you're going to have an advantage. You know what? I think you planned this on purpose, knowing what the outcome would be in this whole situation.
Well, the crazy thing is like one of the big stars right now, she's been big for a while, Ellia Green from Australia.
Hmm.
She's their wing and she came from a track and field background. So I think it's really common for a lot of track and field athletes to cross over and be a wing for their professional teams all around the world. So I don't know how much of an advantage would be, but she's fast. There's a lot of other girls on the other teams really fast. And I'm not sure if they came from track backgrounds, but I know Elliot did.
Wow. Okay, now
Yeah.
I'm gonna read something to what's called a super chat, and that's when people come into the stream, and they put their comment in dollars, and then they can actually their comment shows up. So when you see the replay, you'll be like, oh, get all this highlighted. He says, salute to you all. Question the sports princess and Naya. What life lessons have they gained from playing rugby? Stay encouraged, y'all. And then Mahari Nation Sports Podcast. He says, salute to Coach Sports Princess and Naya. Who is your favorite rugby player you like to watch, Naya? Okay, so let's go back to Reggie the Tree's question, and then maybe both y'all can answer that for us. Naya, what life lessons have? Okay, Sports Princess and Naya, I can't read. What life lessons have they gained from playing rugby?
I'll let you go, sport
All
princess.
right. Um, it's just really, oh man, I'm trying to think how to put this. It's just taught me a lot more respect. Just, just to appreciate everything and what you have, and it's also taught me that I can turn to people, reach out to people if I need to, especially during those really difficult times for me. It's taught me I can reach out to people, I can talk to people, about what I'm going through, that it doesn't make me crazy or anything like that. So that's definitely the big thing. Like I've opened up more to people since I started playing. I never really was open towards people about like my personal life and the things I've gone through until I started playing. So just, playing rugby has really helped me be more open with people and, not be afraid to just, talk about anything that I'm going through.
Wow. Okay. All right, Naya. Same question, young lady.
For me, it's probably just that everything happens for a reason and to just trust and believe in that and that everything else will work itself out.
Okay.
Simple as that.
Hey, they answered that question simple. I mean, listen, they ain't waste no time. Okay, so Naya, who is your favorite rugby player? Okay, Abel, come on, man, you throwing me off, man. Yeah, I mean, I can't read good. Who is your favorite rugby player you like to watch?
So female wise, probably a Liv Kelter. She's this stocky, beautiful ginger, and she's literally good at everything. She did the junior national team for soccer and hockey, and then decided that she wanted to come play rugby and went to the Olympics for it in 2016. She's probably the best player that has came through USA Rugby, and still is to this day. She's an amazing kicker, an amazing runner, an amazing passer, a great friend. She's a beautiful, kind person. That's probably my favorite player to watch. Every time she gets the ball, something's going to happen. I can promise you that. Male wise, it's probably Carlin Isles. He is the same way, but just in speed. When you think of who's the fastest male rugby player in the world knows it's Carlin Isles. You don't need a track and field race to know that. Um, Anytime he touches the ball, he's usually running straight to the try zone. He usually can never get caught and will never get caught from behind for sure. His acceleration is ridiculous and his work ethic is admirable. He never stops working, even when we're on vacation. He's just always working out. So yeah, I definitely look up to him in terms of discipline and things like that.
So, when did you know that you could actually have an actual career playing rugby? Because most people don't think of that as a sport like you can have a
Yeah.
career, but you have ascended the ranks of rugbyhood.
Yeah. Um, I don't really know when I realized. I kind of just realized piece by piece as the years passed, playing with the team. I didn't know there was a professional rugby team until my first year of college. And even then, like, it wasn't something that I was really interested in, other than in terms of going to the Olympics. But playing the sport, being here, going through all the processes, without the idea of the Olympics sitting there, like I've just really learned to love the sport. Um, and obviously, with the money that I've been able to make from when I started to where I'm at now, and being able to be financially stable and go on vacations and do things I like and provide for my family and my friends, like it's pretty good. And I mean, I get to work out as a job, so you can't really complain.
Dang. Hey, yeah. Okay. Sports princess. You got another question to ask? Cause I know you pretty loaded. I gotta.
I can I say who my favorite player is?
Of course. You got look. You say
Yeah,
what you
I
want to
mean,
say.
well, were they asking me too,
Yeah.
or oh, okay? There's a couple like on the female side, like Rachel Burford. She plays for the Harlequins. She's English. I just really like her style of play. Like she's really gritty. Um, just very she's just very hardworking, and I love I love her toughness and everything. It's very motivating to watch. So I definitely like watching her. I like watching Hope Rogers.
Mm.
She is an absolute beast.
She's
I
engaged.
actually, huh?
She got engaged a month ago.
Okay. I
Yeah.
actually have a like, um, yeah, I don't know if you know. Well, you don't know this, obviously, but she's from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, where I live right now, and I know her or her what is it? I think her sister-in-law. I think I used to work with her sister-in-law years ago in a nursing home. Like we used to work together, and a lot of my teammates that I've had teammates have gone to high school with her. So, and I think I went to church at her with her dad went to my church, I think, years ago. So, but no, I mean that's not why she's one of my favorites. I really do like watching her play. Like I love her toughness, and um I just love the way she plays. I can tell she's like really in it and just in the zone when she's playing, and it's very motivating, for me to watch that. And yeah, so And of course you're one of my favorite players too. There's a lot. I like a lot of players. I can't really have one. There's so many I like. Like I like Perry Baker. Oh my
Mm.
goodness. When he runs with the ball, like it's just beautiful to
A
watch.
gazelle, yeah.
It's beautiful. He is so fast. It's awesome.
I mean, rugby, you got some. I mean, sports prince, you got some pretty good speed too. I mean, come on now.
I know. I need to watch one of your games
I'm
now.
old.
She not old.
I'm
She not old.
32.
She not
Well,
old.
that's
She
not
playing.
that's not old in the rugby world.
I
Yeah.
get told I'm fast, but I don't feel it. But I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta watch her play. Naya, she can actually play. I mean, she actually good. She is. She actually good. I was shocked, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and I tell the 100% truth. Um, I saw two ladies, and I started following you after she told me. But I'm like, it wasn't hard because I'm like, oh, okay. So she Instagram friends with Ayana Blakeney. Okay, she Instagram friends with Joanne Blakeney. Oh, okay. So I know her. So, but it's good to see. I see somebody who looked like me that's actually breaking down barriers in rugby.
Yeah.
And now you're even getting attention from people like you, I, I know you and Clarissa Shields, y'all follow each other, and she's always like, leaving comments. I left you a comment once, and I saw Clarissa Shields leaving a comment. Um, and you getting attention from those kind of athletes, and I'm like, wow, and I'm blown away because you know I come from a background where I grew up in predominantly black everywhere, and I just like things like golf and now rugby, I just didn't see a lot of us playing it. And
Yeah.
so when Sports Prince is like, hey, you want to come out to a game, and I'm like, okay, yeah. And part of it is because she looked like me, so I'm like, I wanted to see, and I was hooked. And then when I saw you doing it, and then you going on a whole nother level, like you like this like rugby star, I got to be honest, I have to keep up with rugby because of you. And she introduced me to it, but
Hmm.
now I just watch the games. Yep, touchdown. Look at that touchdown.
Try.
But how are you inspiring a lot of people, like even girls, that want to get into the rugby deal, that want to play.
Hmm. Kind of just being myself on and off the field.
Hmm.
On the field, just doing what I need to do for the team and for myself. Just playing how I've been playing since I started, just running fast. Everybody's attracted to that. Um, the speed and the power and the strength, just having that all combined into one body. That's very interesting and attractive for people to see and watch,
Hmm.
especially it being a brown body. Um, and then just off the field, social media wise, just showing my true colors and not being afraid to show who I am. Mind you, I got like a do rag on, my hair's not done, like I'm just chilling and relaxing, and I'm
Look, we chilling.
100% confident about it. And I think people are attracted to people who are authentic and true and honest with themselves and with the people around them. People want to be around that. So I think that's just been a way that I've been trying to help. And just like on social media doing giveaways and starting my own rugby camp for females only and just trying to find ways to stay active with the people who are supporting me whether I know them or not.
So what's your frequency of doing the camps? Because you know what, yeah, most of my audience is a combat audience, but I don't mind by putting stuff out there. I don't mind promoting anything.
Yeah,
I don't mind helping. I know mine will be on a small scale, but I don't care. I promote it because you doing it.
yeah. So I started the camp in October and we had our first one in November. Um, we got really busy with traveling, so I didn't have another one after that. But when I came home to Charlotte for Christmas, we had a camp there, which was amazing. I was so happy with the turnout. But yeah, as soon as this stuff goes away, we'll start planning for the camps to continue, hopefully once or twice a month. Just something for the girls to have an environment where they feel comfortable and confident to make mistakes, try new things, and then get better and have fun.
Got to do another one in Charlotte. Then I'm gonna bring Coach
Yeah,
Willoughby
for
out there.
sure.
I'm gonna bring him
I'm
out
gonna
there.
try to do them every time I come home.
Okay, now look, now next time you do it, now look, listen, I'm gonna come out and not only support it, but live footage and talking to you and and even talking to some of the people that are at your camp about what they gaining from the camp. Like
Mhm.
I'll be more than happy to do it. Come out.
Please.
Did we lose Coach?
Yeah,
Coach.
I hear
Wait a minute,
him.
wait a minute. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I had myself on mute. I was, you know, just been listening to some of all this great information y'all been giving us. Now, Naya, now you got a YouTube channel and you got abs with Naya. Now, listen. I sat back and I watched some of that. I said, you giving away game for free. I mean,
Yeah.
you giving away too much game for free. I mean, I don't know. You need to, man, do what all these other sports stars doing. They look, they charging. They charging. They doing their little workouts and, they getting their views and stuff. I'm like, man,
Yeah.
you gotta do the same thing. That's free game, girl.
Well, I just feel like if I give it to my supporters for free, they'll follow, they'll subscribe. And in our world, sponsors, all they care about is your numbers. So if you got followers, you got views, you can get the money from them versus trying to get it from your community.
Oh,
So I
okay,
think it's easier like that.
okay. I mean, you got some
Yeah.
pretty nice episodes though. I mean, you do a good job
Thank you.
too.
Thank
You
you.
be communicating well. Now, I like the little podcasts and the interviews you do. The Naya on Fire. Now, I
Yeah.
like those, where you're talking to some of your teammates and different people.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
and I kind of,
So that's basically the hot seat with Naya on Fire.
yeah.
And I felt like the world knew a lot about the big stars of USA Rugby, quote unquote. So I wanted to just kind of introduce them to the players that they may not have had a lot of information on. So I would just kind of pick a teammate each month to expose, not expose, but for the world to learn about and know about and see how they got into the sport and other little fun things. So it's just been a way for me to put my teammates out there, even because sometimes they don't feel comfortable doing things like that. So it's a lot easier if I'm able to help them with it.
Yeah, they all look pretty comfortable. I mean, you got a way of setting them, you setting them at ease.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to get sports princess out there. She can be a little nervous, but she'll calm down with you. I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
You
Well,
know, another thing that I really like about rugby, and this might sound really like terrible. I mean, what the hell? Sorry, my cat is swatting at me for no reason. I don't know why. But
okay, evil.
another thing that I really like is like, with the social aspect. Um, like my team, we're always out partying. And I'll be honest, like, look, I like to have fun, like that's what I like to do. And it's gonna sound terrible, but I think I've drank more since I started playing rugby than I ever have before, which is awful. So I have rugby and my teammates to blame for that. But yeah,
Well,
so
well, listen, Naya. I can't monopolize your whole day. I know you got stuff you got to do. You got people you got to see. Well, I don't know if you're seeing many people right
All
now.
right now.
Yeah, you might be
Yeah.
quarantined to death. But Naya, tell me, please. This can't be your last time coming to this particular show, because I'm gonna tell you. We'll be here, and definitely when things go down with you, definitely want to talk to you and let you just say what you want to say. Who cares?
Yeah.
Just say it like you want to say it. But thank you for you and Sports Princess for helping us understand, a little bit more about rugby, because it was something I wanted to come in not knowing the answers. I wanted to come in not knowing, and
Mhm.
you guys talking about this, it's like y'all fell in love with rugby again just talking about it. Like
Yeah.
I can see the look on y'all faces as y'all talking about this. So hey, you missed an opportunity in high school, but girl, you done made this opportunity blow up big. So
Thank you.
congrats to that. Hey, you got anybody you want to give some shout outs to?
Shout out to my coaching staff, my teammates, Team USA Rugby, all the supporters of rugby, and then all the future supporters and players. And then obviously you guys, thank you so much for having me. So nice to meet you. What do they call you again? Rugby Princess?
it's Sports Princess.
Sports
But
Princess.
my well, that's my Instagram name, Rugby Princess. And
Yeah.
then Yeah, I just gave away my Instagram. You guys can follow me. Um,
Hey, some of you trolls, listen, don't start being
yeah,
don't be don't act like simps now. Don't
We're
start
not
simping.
worried.
Okay.
In one ear, not the other. And then thank you, Shelton, for having me. Thank you for giving me this platform
yes,
to
yeah.
speak about
My
rugby.
YouTube channel is Sports Princess, Instagram Rugby
Yeah.
Princess
And I got all you
20, and my Twitter is Rugby Princess 14. Yeah.
and Naya and Sports Princess. I got all well. I got Sports Princess. I got your YouTube channel up. Naya, I got your YouTube, your Facebook, your Instagram, your what's the other one? Twitter. I got all that up
Mhm.
on the screen. So for those of y'all that can't read, just let me know, and I will send you an email link to it. How about that? If you can't read, I'm just picking on them. I'm always picking on people. Well, yeah, I definitely appreciate you, Naya. Could you do one more thing? Just one last thing.
For sure.
Could you say, "My name is Naya Tapper, and you're watching Coach Shelton Harrison"? And listen, listen, listen. You can't say it boring like I said it. You got to say it. You got to say it like I just asked you about rugby. Like, no, no. I want you to say it like there's a rugby holiday. Yeah,
And you said to say my name is Naya Tapper and what else?
and you're watching Coach Shelton Harrison.
And you're
Oh,
watching
oh,
Coach.
oh, hold on. I guess we're doing requests. Hold on. Um, yeah, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna get this right. I'm gonna get this right, y'all. Say, my name Naya Tapper. You watching Coach Shelton Harrison, and go subscribe to Sports Princess. Yeah, there
Sports.
it is. There it is. Okay.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
My ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Cool. My name is Naya Tapper, and you're watching Coach Shelton Harrison. And while you're at it, go subscribe to Sports Princess.
Yes.
I don't think you sound very excited doing that.
I was trying to remember
Yeah, I don't think you sound very
Sounded good
excited.
to me.
Yeah, I don't think you sound very excited.
All
Especially the
right, let me
overachiever
try it.
that you are. All right, the last time. It's the only chance you get.
My name's Naya Tapper, and thank you for watching Coach Shelton Harrison. And while you're at it, go subscribe to Sports Princess's YouTube channel.
Number one with a bullet, dang it. I loved it. Loved it. Naya, thank you. I'm just messing with you. Glad you had fun.
Thank
Glad
you
you
so
did some laughing.
much.
Naya, I'm going to have you back on. Will you come back on?
Please do. Please do.
Okay?
Yes.
All right, now when I reach out to you now, don't be like, well,
I was a quick responder.
Okay. Yeah, you are. You really are. I was like, wow. I was impressed. Well, guys, this is
Thank
your
you.
boy Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm done. What are you waiting on? Subscribe to this platform. Subscribe to Naya Tapper. Subscribe to Sports Princess. Hey, y'all do some subscribing, okay? All right. And we out, guys. Thank you. Thank you. This was amazing.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. Right
Thanks.
on.